morning, gang. Yes, here we are. It's Christmas Day 2019, and a warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire. I had a little bit of difficulty getting the YouTube to work this morning, so I'm a touch behind with my sharing type thing. So just give it a second or two, and I'll do this, and then that will work. 1 minute now. That thing there. And there we are. That's done. That wasn't too problematic, was it? Yes, I couldn't get the thing to work on YouTube this morning. I also couldn't get the music up to play my bits and pieces to and the various jingles. And of course, most importantly, the happy birthday song, because where would we be if we hadn't sung that? And that includes all my jingles, drum rolls, even the super chat jingle, which I see needs to be used immediately this morning because Mick Davenport has just sent a £2.99 super chat this morning so that I can buy myself a bar of chocolate. Thank you very much, Brenda from Bristol. Thank you very much. To add to the £14.99 super chat yesterday. Thank you very much, Brenda from Bristol. Much appreciated, as always, okay? As always, my darling. Those of you watching the show who are joining us on Facebook, possibly for the first time in ages this morning, you can't join in fully, I'm afraid. You only get the first 10 minutes of the show, and you need to join us on YouTube, where you'll find a chat box there to talk to everyone else if you want to, and to send me messages, which I'll read out, and that is at youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK, all right? I've got a couple of lovely little videos as well to show you this morning, okay? They're coming up in the show. Meanwhile, let's have a look at our millions of viewers all over the world joining us on this exciting day. Yes, another Christmas comes around. Christmas 2019. We've made it through another year. Only just some of you, by the look of it. Only just some of you. So good morning to you. Hello to Gary Butler, Jason Hughes, Shania. Good morning, Shania. Hello to Mix Mowers. Morning to Adam the Plumber. Colin Kay. Martin's already up and ready. No doubt helping my sister in the kitchen. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, sis. It's all. I've just had a little FaceTime call with the first person I spoke to of the day, my sister. The little phone was ringing away. What time you on, bruv? So I have informed her that 10 minutes will pass. 10 minutes has passed, and here we are. So good morning, sister. Good morning to JJ Motors, Mowers and Machines. Good morning to you, sir. Rumble Bumble in the house. Morning. Hello, Lee Toby. One man and his Sprinter van. Ian Days is there. Chris. Good morning, Chris. Jukey, Chrissy Babe. Good morning to you. The Predator is here, boys and girls. The Predator is in the house. Paul from Cornwall just texting in on the text number there. Happy Christmas. Can I ask you a favour? Can you give a spanner to tech... To who? Oh, hang on a minute. I can't see this. Can you give... Oh, it's gone off. Oh, anyway. Can you give a spanner to Tech, please? He's a mod for Mix Mowers and Martin. No. I'm afraid I don't just hand out moderator spanners willy-nilly. I've got 2 moderators, and that's enough. That's enough. You can have far too many moderators, okay? So there we are. Thank you. Good morning to Heidi Oliver. Jerry. £48.99 tip? Really? Oh, Adam. Oh, my word, Adam. Is that a little Christmas gift? Thanks ever so much, dear. That's an awful lot of money to send someone, dear. It's a lot of money to send someone and they don't even come and touch you. You know, I can understand you wanted to pay someone that amount of money when you're of a certain age and no one wants to touch you anymore, but for someone to actually not offer to touch you and you're still sending that money, I can't believe it. Thank you ever. That's very, very generous, Adam. Thank you ever so much, darling. You practically paid me back now for the bathroom that you put in for me that I paid you for, dear. Oh, Adam. Honestly, that's a lot of money to send, dear. I certainly don't expect people to send such large sums as that. I mean, £10,000 is... We're still waiting for the £10,000, the first £10,000 to super chat. So if you don't mind, Adam, if you could save up a little bit for the next 10 years and just send that all in one go in future. Thank you, Adam. That's really kind of you. Thank you so much. Really, really kind of you. A little Christmas gift coming there from Adam. Thank you, sir. Where are we? We're just, who did I get to? The Predator is in the house. Good morning, Predator. Hello to Heidi Oliver. There's Heidi there. Amelia Dodd, a very good morning to you. Mandy Davenport, morning. Hello to Emma Wandering Haggis. I was born under a wandering star. Facebook people, you're about to lose us. You need to join us on YouTube to carry on watching the show, okay? YouTube.com/Chris Reardon UK. I'll give you one more warning in a second before we leave there. Good morning to my nephew, Gary. I had a wonderful night last night, which I'll tell you about in a second, boys and girls. With my nephew and his lovely wife and the 3 children. Oh, wonderful night last night. I've got a little video coming up as well. The video has come out a little bit dark because they all sit there in blooming darkness. All the lights are off and they had one little flashing light in the corner. That's about it, but you'll get the general idea. So that's coming up in a second. Good morning to John Child. Good morning, John. I noticed one of your Facebook posts yesterday, John. You were looking a little bit tipsy, darling. Before you went to that midnight mass, I was at midnight mass last night, singing my heart out. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn king. Oh, I meant to read something from Adam the Plumber, actually, which he sent in yesterday, and we didn't quite get to it. I'm awash. You know, I'm absolutely awash with Christmas. I don't mean this to sound ungrateful, but I'm awash with Christmas messages from people cutting and pasting flashing Christmas trees who you never hear from. Do you know? Are you the same? Have you got that as well? People that you never ever hear. I've got a text here from someone. Right, I got text here from someone this last night. Where is it now? Happy Christmas. Sorry I've not been in touch. Had a bad year. I don't even know who it's from. It's just a number on there, you know. And I'm afraid, you know, if you don't want to keep in contact the rest of the time, why bother on Christmas Day? That's what I say. Those of you that have sent little flashing Christmas trees and someone holding a candle and various people removing items of clothing, thank you very much. Keep in contact. But those that send one message a year, I mean, why do you even bother? That's what I think. Anyway, Adam wrote yesterday, could you give a shout out to Michael Thorpe? This is costing 50 quid, this message to be. I think we should charge for messages. Is that a good idea? Should we charge people for messages in future? Chris, if possible, can you do a shout out to Michael Thorpe and Jimmy Dukes, who are feeding the ex-service personnel living on the streets of London over the next 18 days continuously? For the charity, they run UK Homes for Heroes, and thanks. So there you go, Adam. Sorry, missed your message out yesterday. There's a lot to keep your eye on while you're doing this. That's why I tend to stick to just the message box there, rather than the private messages coming through and all that. Okay, so but there you go, Adam. All right, just for you this morning. That was your £50 message. Well, 48.90. As you couldn't stretch to 50, could you? What happened to the other £1 and 1 pence? 48? No, couldn't possibly get to 50. Very disappointed, actually, Adam. Very disappointed it didn't go quite over the 5. Is there another colour for 50 then? I don't know. Red would seem to me to be like... that comes across as being like the main colour. I doubt very much that there's any other colours after that, is there? So thank you very much. Let's have a look. Where did we get to now? Adrian Richardson. A very good morning to Adrian. Hello to young Mark Bowles. Good morning, Mark. Welcome to you. That was my first present of the day from Adam. It was actually. I haven't opened anything else yet. I got a lovely box there from Diane Jebb that she told me to open privately rather than on the show. I've got actually 2 other presents somewhere, but I don't know if I'm supposed to open them on the show or not. Shall I get them? Shall I get them? Just a minute. Let's have a look. I don't know what they are. Let's have a look here. A couple of things here. These are actually from people in the pub. They're not from viewers. I think Shania, you sent a Christmas card to me, didn't you? Which doesn't seem to have got to me. Yeah, I'm afraid. Something from Ray Reynolds here. I'll open these when we get to the bottom of the messages, okay? Good morning to Dave Moses. Morning, young Dave. Good morning, Dave Moses. Welcome to our show. Hello to Pete Froud. Very good morning to Pete. Lee Toby. If it goes for YouTube first, they take a percentage, then it can be taken out later. That's correct. YouTube do take a percentage of a super chat. I think for every £1, it's not a small fee. I think it's about 30%. So for every £1 they take. Is it 30%? You know who knows? Roy the Boy knows the answer to that one. He's not with us yet. He's probably still asleep at the moment. Okay. Is Chris on the vegan turkey this year? Not vegan turkey, no. My sister has made something, which I've already had half of it. Because we had a little Christmas dinner a couple of weeks ago when my niece came over from Cyprus. So that was nice. It's absolutely delicious what she's cooked. She's not the only good cook in the family. I'll come to that in a moment. Red Super Chat is for hundreds. Is it? Oh, yeah, Mixed Mower's had a £100 Super Chat once. Come on, pass it around. Just think, if we all sent each other a Super Chat, right, eventually it would go turn to nothing because of the amount YouTube takes, wouldn't it? I don't know how you rounded up on the Super Chat because it only allows you to do $48.99 or $99.99. So you didn't want to do the $99.99. Very disappointed, Adam. Very disappointed. You know, so what if you weren't able to eat for a week because you'd sent me £100? Aren't I worth it, lovey? Am I not worth it? Right, let's just open this at the bottom of the messages. This is from my very good friend, Mr. Ray Reynolds, who's always bringing in little bits and pieces for me. Let's see what this is. Ray's not with us this morning. That's surprising. Ray's not with us this morning. What's this here? It's a tea towel. There we are. What's it say? Oh, Steve Allen. It's a Steve Allen t-shirt. Steve Allen is possibly the top talk show host of all time. He's on LBC. He does the early show, 4 till 6 a.m. And I'm never really able to listen at that time. Although sometimes I do listen to the podcast. So there we are. A Steve Allen t-shirt. T-towel. What's it say? 4 a.m. Spike, Bentley, Brussels sprouts, Dave O'Brien in conversation. Hanging 40. What else does it say? It's all stuff that he says. It's all stuff that he says. All stuff that's something to do with Steve Allen. That's wonderful. There's a blooming good picture of him as well. So thank you very much for that, Ray Reynolds. Ray sometimes watches a recording of the show. Well, I can't use that, can I? How can I use that to wash things up? Answer, I can't. Thank you very much. Good morning to Paul and Lou today. Hello to Paul and Lou. Jason Hughes joining us. You're late today, Jason. I've noticed you seem to be arriving to the show late these days. Why is that? Are you finding someone else to listen to? How rude, dear. Rude. And I've got this little thing here. This is from someone else who comes into the pub regularly on a Monday night, actually. Let's see what this is. This is from David. You never see David. David doesn't sing. David doesn't sing. He just sits at the front there talking to everyone and trying to entertain people. Or it looks like it's a T-shirt of some sort. Or is it a T-shirt? It is a T... Oh, look at that. Isn't that clever? Oh, I wish I'd have opened this before now. I could have put that on. I could have put that on, couldn't I? Under there like that. Look at that. A Father Christmas. I shall wear that to my sisters. That's what I'll do. That's very good quality, I must say. What's that made of? That's cotton, that, isn't it? Is that cotton? Extra large? Well, I'm offended. Extra large? Extra large, he said. Made in Bangladesh. Do they have Father Christmas there? Adam just sent another... Adam, stop sending money, darling. Oh, my God. Stop sending money. Just a minute. Just a minute. And again, because I didn't do the other one, did I? There you are, Adam. Thank you, darling. Stop sending me all your money, love. You need it, dear. You need it to join Slimming World again, my love. How's it going, by the way? Is your Slimming World going all right? Mine wasn't going very well last night, but I said, here we are, Christmas period, darlings. Christmas period. 1, maybe 2 days of excessive eating. Yes. Do you want to see what I've got? Can I show you something? Actually, I'll go and get it when the film's on. But I'll go and get it while the food's on. Happy birthday, Tina. Is it Tina's birthday today? Tina, happy birthday, darling. Is that Mark's other half? Are you the one that stops him coming up here and talking now because you think there's some sad old gay bloke trying to shut him up? Is that what it is, Tina? I told him to sort his hair out, dear. I can't be going out with someone with blue spiky hair who claims to be straight. I mean, how can you have hair like that and be straight? I mean, some of these gay people going out there with hair all over the place, various because they want to be individuals. You know, get a decent hair, cut his hair off. Tina, when he is asleep tonight, I want you to get one of those. Zzz, zzz. We'll have a short back and sides, please. No long hair on this program. And definitely, absolutely, without any question, if I know any of you have got a ponytail, you're straight up blocked. What do blokes look like with ponytails? Or even worse, the man bun. Are you aware of how stupid that makes you look? The man bun. Absolutely ghastly. Ghastly things. Right, if you're watching on Facebook Live, this is where you leave us. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to cut you off. It's no use screaming and shouting at me. I told you, I can't see your messages if you're on Facebook. You need to join us on YouTube. YouTube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Go on, type it quickly. YouTube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Chris Reardon UK. And we'll see you over there. Hurry up. Bye-bye. Oh, hang on, I haven't pushed a button. Hang on a minute. I missed the slider. Gone. There we are. And that's it. We're all together on YouTube now. Good morning to High Grade Gaming. A very good mate. Did you get your handsome man for Christmas? There's no one for me in this life, I don't think. I don't think there's anyone for me in this life. However, I'm talking to someone on Plenty of Fish at the moment who's doesn't live too far away from Berkshire. He's in Surrey. And the chat is... I haven't been blocked yet. I think it's amazing. I haven't actually been blocked yet. Usually I might get to like a couple of sentences and they seem to disappear. Isn't that strange and mysterious? It's like God doesn't want me to have anyone else in my life. You have to remember, you know, if there was someone in my life, I've got to tell you, there probably wouldn't be so many shows. That's the dilemma, you see. That's the dilemma. Never mind. Excellent. Adam's lost 4 pounds last week. I've lost 8 pounds altogether, Adam, up to Christmas Eve. So I'm expecting to put on a couple over the Christmas period, but that's fine because I got down to where I wanted it to be. Congratulations. 4 pounds off in a week is very good, as you well know. Mixed mate Vernon has a mullet. Does he really? Oh, God's sake. Come on, short back and sides only, please. And we'll have some thumbs up as well this morning. Good morning to Ferrell. Good morning, Ferrell. Hello to you. He's a singer. He's a singer. I've worked with Ferrell a few times. Not recently, because we work in different places now. But a very good morning. Morning, Krampus Chris, he said. Krampus Chris. I love it. I love it. Good morning to Brian Fitzpatrick. Morning to you. JJ, what did you get? You're talking to each other. That's okay. Where do I get that jacket? Ray Reynolds bought me this jacket from a charity shop, and it's really good quality. This is a really good quality. You can get novelty jackets, including Christmas, Halloween, various other things on Amazon. Just type in novelty jacket. Okay, it will be quite thin material, but you wouldn't know that they were crap, not particularly good quality. They look all right if you're wearing them sort of on a video thing like this or whatever. But this is really good quality. It's got, as I say, it's got a lovely lining in and everything else. Mr. Haggis loses 10 stone every time I go to the loo in the morning. Is it you blocking up the toilets of the world, dear? Happy birthday to Mick D. Good morning to Mick D. One of Ian Daisy's friends. Good morning to you, sir. Morning, Mick D. Ferrell was joining me on Facebook. I'm trying for gigs next year if you want to help. Well, I only do Central Station. That's the only place I do now, I'm afraid, Ferrell. Sorry, darling. Sorry. What can I do, love? And they get all their bookings through Kelly Wilde, you know. And if you don't pay her a commission, she comes around and kicks the hell out of you. Yeah, Adam's going to go on Plenty of Fish telling me I'm a fake account. So that he still gets his show in the morning. Is that right? Well, yesterday I had a nice time yesterday. First of all, after the show, I did say I was going to check out if the other swimming pool was open, and it was. The usual swimming pool I go to when I'm up here in Lincolnshire is in Boston, called the George Mulder Leisure Centre. That's closed Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. I think it reopens Friday for a short period of time. Was it 10 o'clock? Is it? Oh, hang on a minute. I'll do my pills when I run the video. So I went up the swimming pool. I must say it's a smaller pool, but it's warmer in there. You know, not the water. Actually, the water felt a bit colder. The ambience around the pool felt warmer than it was at the George Mulder Centre, because that's a massive pool, that is. But nevertheless, I went in, got changed, come out, and there was only 3 of us in the whole pool, so that was quite nice. The staff looked bored to tears. It's a bit much, I think, asking staff to work in a leisure centre on a Christmas Eve. You know, because it's never going to be busy. A great time to go. In fact, I always do my best to go swimming on a Christmas Eve, because it's always a nice swim. There's a different feel to it. It's nice. It's nice. So did that. Came back here. On the way back, I stopped at the local co-op. There was no traffic on the road, really, because the route I take to and from the swimming pool, it's about half an hour. It's not walkable or cyclable. Is that a word? Cyclable. But it's about half hour drive in a car to Horncastle. It's a lovely drive. No traffic on the road, really. There's no supermarkets around there. None whatsoever. If you went to a supermarket yesterday, I'm sure you had a wonderful time, did you? Oh, God, no thank you. But I did stop at a little co-op on the way back, and I bought some apples. And I bought something else, because it is Christmas. Just a moment. Now, can you guess what this is? Can you guess? Go on. Who's that there? Who's texting in there? Can we give some love to Will, who's in hospital over Christmas? So, Will, who's in hospital over Christmas, hope you're feeling a little bit better, or if not yet, soon. If not yet, soon. Good luck to you, Will. Any idea what that is? Come on. Come on, what is this? What is this? Happy Christmas today to Riley Boy. Riley Boy. Now, it's not a blow-up doll, Mick. This is a clean programme, dear. Children are watching it. Good morning to Kate Murphy. Any idea what this is? Come on. Cheese and onion crisps. Oh. Because it's Christmas. And that's all I've got. The 6 bags, and that's it. And unfortunately, 3 have already gone. 3 went last night when I got back from church. So there we are. Cheese and onion crisps as it Christmas. Yum, yum, yum. It's not a new bumper for my car. Gary knocked off the other bumper, didn't he? Anyway, so I came back here, stopped at the co-op to get some crisps and some apples. Had my lunch. I did my lunch yesterday. I'm very pleased to tell you that the potato came out all right this time. Because on Monday, when I got in from work on Monday night, late on Monday night, I did myself some dinner. And I used the smashed potato, put it in the glass jug thing, and I'm pouring the water on, and the top came off the kettle, and it just, a whole lot of the water went in. It just ended up like a load of wallpaper paste, which I had to add more potato to thicken it back up. I had a whole blooming jug full of potato. I couldn't eat it all, but it worked. I worked it all right yesterday. Then I had a little sleep, and then I went over to my nephews, to Gary and Stacey's. Yes, that really is their name. Gary and Stacey's, and I had the most wonderful time last night. There's a little video I've got to play you of my little trip to my nephews last night, so have a little watch of this and we'll continue chatting afterwards. All right, it's Christmas Eve and I've just arrived at my nephew's house. He's got nice lights out the front. Aren't they pretty? And look who it is. It's Harry. Hello, Harry. Harry, can you just show the people first what it is? Come here. No, don't break it. Harry has got Gary's pen that Rachel bought him. There you go, Harry. Okay, go and present it to Daddy. Evie's there as well. Look at the pyjamas, matching pyjamas. Oh, there's Stacey. Hi, Stacey.
Hi.
Yeah, right, go on, give a pen to Daddy. Go on, give the pen. Here you are, Gary. There you are, Gary. There's your pen. We just needed to have proof that it was actually handed to you. Get out of the way, idiot.
2 weeks later.
What do you mean? Wow, that's your fault for reversing into the car. Will you get out of the way, idiot?
It don't work.
Yeah.
You get out
Of course
the way,
it works.
idiot.
It works.
Of course it works. You got it upside down, that's why. You have to push the button at the top to get the thing out. There you go. Hello, Evie. All right, darling. They're just having some soup. There's their tree, which is rather nice. Lovely tree with various presents there. And, of course, Olivia, who's having a little rest there, aren't you, darling?
We're wearing
Evie's looking
matching
after.
pyjamas.
You what?
Matching pyjamas.
I can see that. Everyone's got lovely red
You
pyjamas
know you
on.
get Parker pens on the proper channel.
That's a nice thing. What do you mean Parker pens? Who gives out Parker pens?
Ah, the channels
Names,
are
come on,
The
names.
channels are moderator.
Names. Get out of the way, Harry, you fool. There's your little thing over here. Now, and look at this display here. Oh, Harry.
And here's me.
Can we have the light on a minute? Then we can see that a little bit better. That one there, maybe? That'll do. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Will you get out the way? Hit it. What are you doing with your mouth? He's playing with food, Gary.
Fighted.
Tell him. You done what?
Fighted.
Oh, you naughty boy.
Harry.
Naughty boy. Fancy hearing that word. We've got Santa Claus is here as well. And now, there's an animated snowman
Chris.
here.
Chris,
Look at that.
get one.
I know. Beautiful.
Mm.
Animated. We've got the, what are they called?
Nutcrackers.
Nutcrackers. There we are. Nutcrackers there. Look. We got that from the garden centre, didn't you?
Woodthorpe
Hey,
Garden
where's
Centre.
my present, please?
Been
Have
sent
I got a
back.
present? Have I got a present, Harry? Have I got a present?
Four.
Right. And in a minute, I believe you've got something called Christmas Eve boxes.
They've had them.
You've had them, have you? Have you opened them yet?
They have.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go and make some.
Right, hang on a minute. I just want to come into the kitchen where Stacey's busy doing my Christmas Eve dinner. Which I've got some nice vegetable soup. Look at all these things in here.
Some hot chocolate.
God.
Look.
Check this out. This is hot chocolate.
Proper hot chocolate made with milk, cream, Bourneville and Cadbury's Dairy Milk.
Oh, wow.
Proper hot chocolate.
Can't believe that. I've never seen that before. It's so cool. I'm looking forward to trying that. We've got these other things here.
Chris.
Yeah.
Look,
Chris.
all these bad things. Just a minute, Harry.
No.
Oh, it's
I'm
Evie.
gonna
Just a
eat
minute,
it.
darling.
Look, there's a feather from your back. A
Well, eat
feather
it,
from your
eat it.
back.
We've got donuts. What's this? Look, orange wafers. There's a chocolate log, which Gary made earlier, in the toilet. I think we'd better open the fridge. I bet there's some goodies in there. Open that fridge. Oh, how disappointing. A cucumber? No, not on Christmas Day, darling.
The freezer.
Oh, and this.
Yeah,
Show
it's
us
their
the things around the
breakfast,
doors, look. What's breakfast?
This is.
This is breakfast, apparently. What is it? What's that?
It's.
Well, I think I need to have a bit now immediately.
It's not
to-
cooked.
I'm
It's
going to
not
have it-
cooked. You can't.
Oh.
It's a Nutella
Is it
Christmas tree.
Chocolate and everything.
Bake it, yeah.
God's sake. Well done, Stacey. There we are, and here's the door. Which is rather good.
I don't
Look,
have
look at that
any.
door. That's quite a nice thing to see, isn't it? So there we are. Yeah, and now say, and now back to the studio.
And now back to the studio.
Thank you, Evie. And now back to the studio. I had the most wonderful time around there yesterday. And Harry, you saw him just about to go up to the stairs there. Went up the stairs. He was up there a couple of minutes, and he came back down the stairs with this. And he gave it to me in a little envelope, and it was folded like that in the envelope. And if you've been with the show a long time, you will know that I've always said one of the best things that you can get for Christmas is something made by a child. And this little bit of paper says, "To Chris, Merry Christmas and have a happy New Year," I suppose it says. Happy something. Happy time, maybe. Happy time, I think it says. "I love you. Love from Harry." Isn't that wonderful? And he's got little hearts on the side down. He made his own little Christmas card, and I'm so pleased with that. Really, really pleased with that. That'll probably blow off, but it'll be all right later. So there we are. That was from Harry. What did we have to eat for dinner? My niece-in-law, I suppose you call her my niece-in-law. She's such a good cook. She really is. She done this vegetable soup. She does this vegetable soup, and it is absolutely delicious. And I had that with some corn sausage rolls, a nice piece of crusty buttered bread, followed by that hot chocolate. You saw the hot chocolate bubbling away in that slow cooker. That was the most... I'm not a fan of hot chocolate. I've never liked hot chocolate, as in, you know, the pound... This computer's going a bit mad today. Can you hear it? What are we doing? 36% on the CPU? That's all right, isn't it? I think we've dropped some frames as well. I don't know what's going on there. That computer's going absolutely mad down there. Can you hear the fan? Never mind. We'll carry on. I'm sure it'll be all right. The hot chocolate was absolutely delicious. I've never liked hot chocolate. The Cadbury's one, various different makes, you know, you spoon it out and you put it in. That's not how she made it, though. No, you heard what was in there. It just tasted like you were eating a bar of Cadbury's dairy milk. And she put marshmallows on the top. And she brought all this hot chocolate in on a tray, right? And the marshmallows started to melt into the hot chocolate, and we're sitting there watching the telly, which is another highlight. Well, I'll tell you about that in a minute. This stuff was absolutely delicious. It was. And then after that, she gave everyone a selection box to eat. So I felt really looked after last night. It was lovely. And then to cap it all... Gary had rung up when I was having my... I'd just woken up, actually, after my afternoon sleep. It was just gone 6 o'clock, and I'd turned on the phone, and within a couple of minutes it rang, and it was Gary, my nephew. He said, what time are you coming round? And we want to put a Christmas film on. But they didn't tell me which Christmas film it was. And we got round there, and it's The Polar Express. Now... there's not many films that I've watched several times. Really, I can count on one hand probably. Star Trek, the motion picture. The Wizard of Oz, of course. The Sound of Music. I don't think there's Grease, maybe. Grease. Can't Stop the Music by Village People. I like that. That didn't do well at all when it was out years ago. But The Polar Express is one that I absolutely love. It is, in my book, the best Christmas film ever, The Polar Express, and we put that on. And actually, that it had the children's attention for probably 3/4 of the film, and then they started mucking around, you know, which is just what they do. But it's just such a wonderful, magical film, you know, and the song, of course, that gets me. I'm wishing on a star, la da 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 da. So we watched that. And that was it, really. And then just before the children were sent to bed, which was quite late, I think it was probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. The fan's slowing down now. I think the computer's a bit happier now. I don't know what's going on with that this morning. But Stacey went to the window and she was looking for the fairies. Yeah, there was one. Yes, there was one sitting in the settee as well, unfortunately. But she didn't point at me. She went to the window. She says, "I'm going to sit. Oh, I can see the fairies." And of course, the children, they run over to the door. It's like a, what do you call it? You know, the French doors. They ran over to the door, and they're like, "Where? Where? Can't you see them? Look, they're there. They're there. They're there." And then she opened the door. I think Evie wanted to open the door. So she said, "Well, we're not supposed to open the door." So she opened the door. Oh, no, they've gone. Look, they've hidden now. That's because we've opened the door. You're not allowed to go out and see the fairies in the garden. So she closed the door, right, and the two children have walked off. She said, "Oh, there's one back again. Quick, Chris, come and look. Can you see it?" And I've gone over there, and I think it was either Eva or Harry or both of them. Can't remember now. They run over to the door. "Can you see it, Chris?" So I looked out there, and immediately I could see the fairy with the blue hair. I could see... Sorry, Mark. I could see... I could see the fairy with the blue hair out there. I don't know what was wrong with the children's eyes. They couldn't see it. Me and Stacey could see the fairy with the blue hair. The others had gone. They were frightened off because some silly cow opened the door. You can't open the door when you're looking at fairies. They go. So there we are. And then finally, I think the children went to bed and then they remembered. One of them shouted down they'd left nothing for Santa and the reindeers. So they came back down the stairs. Out went the mince pies and a big bag of carrots. Very thick, long, wide carrots. Made my eyes water just looking at them. Thick, long carrots were placed outside, and that was it. And it was the most wonderful night last night, I have to say. After the children went to bed, I didn't stay much longer. I can't remember what we were watching. Something on the telly. Oh, it was Bradley Walsh and Holly Willoughby. Yeah, they were doing some sort of game. I mean, it was all right, you know. They all had to go up these stairs and sit on the pretend plane. I think they were going to Lapland. But we didn't see them actually go to Lapland. So I don't know what all that was about. They won prizes and they were all going to be sent to Lapland at high cost of the BBC licensed taxpayer. And that was it. And then we watched this video. I don't know how I got onto this, but I was looking on YouTube. And there is an Echo. Those of you that have got Echo Dots or Amazon, the big thing and that. Did you know there's an Echo Dot clock or an Amazon clock now? Yes. But, I mean, it's not particularly expensive. It's about £29. And, of course, you get it, you put your batteries in and it sets automatically. And I thought, well, why would I need one of these? It's got a countdown. It's basically a kitchen clock, right? So we're looking at this clock, and I thought, well, there's nothing sort of unusual about that. But then he showed us the timer function. And you say, you call your Amazon device, Amazon set timer for 2 minutes. And then around the edge of this clock, where it's normally got all the minutes? They're all around there, and they all suddenly light up. And then it does a countdown like that, and the little LEDs are going off. Looks fantastic. But actually, I don't think I'd have a use for something like that, so I'm not going to get one. But that's new out, that is. An Amazon Echo Dot clock or something. I think it's called something like that. Fantastic little gift if you want to get something like that. And that would be getting someone who likes gadgets. An Amazon Echo clock, something like that, okay? Let's just scroll there. Good morning to Jack Matthews. Welcome to the show, Jack. All right. Paul recognised that fridge as was on Martin's Frigg assassination show. Gary did indeed get his pen last night, I'm pleased to say. That'll please Rachel. She's not with us this morning. Yes, Mandy, you could hear the fan as well going mad. I don't know what's going on with the fan this morning. That's gone quiet again now. I think that was something to do with running the video. Never mind. Scrolling there. I've got another little show to show you. Let's have a look there. Brian, Phyllis from... Now, Brian, I don't understand your comments. You just put random comments there that we don't understand. You kept saying duvet the other day, and no one's got a clue what you're going on about. I don't know what planet you're on, Brian, dear. Now, why does it say Phyllis from Corrie? What does that mean? Coronation Street, I suppose, not something that I watch. We don't watch that. There you are. See, look, pillowcases. Pillowcases. Actually, you know what? I could have one of those clocks in here, and it might help me keeping to the hour of which the show is supposed to be. The show is always... when I first started doing these daily ones, I expected them to be like 20 minutes. They're turning into almost 2-hour shows now, every blooming morning. Perhaps if I had one of those clocks, I could set it, say, to 45 minutes. Couldn't I? I said, set timer to 45 minutes, and then we could have that behind us, and then I could possibly stick to that. Is that a good idea? I mean, how many clocks do we want in here? We've got 1 over there, 10 over there, dear. I'd like a glass grandfather clock. Have a look on those on the internet. Not the crystal one. It's just normal glass. They'll be like £3,000 though. Far too expensive, dear. Good morning to SOS Gregorian. Good morning to you, sir. You're chatting away to each other, so that's good. John Aitken is in the house. Good morning to John Aitken as well this morning, right? So after my visit to Garrett, well, this will probably set the fan off again for some reason. I think the fan's going round so far because I'm coming to you at an improved picture. It's using a lot more processor when I run videos and things like that. But we've got another video coming up now because when I left Gary's house, I went over to St. Hugh's Church for midnight mass. Now, there's no commentary on this one because I've had to put this together quickly for you this morning. But you'll see inside the church, it's not a particularly long video. And there's just a little bit of music right at the end. Not too much. You can imagine, you know, I'm a bit respectful in churches. You can't have someone up like this, you know, while there's a mass going on. That's very disrespectful to people praying and what have you. And I try and certainly, I mean, I got there early to get all my shots in before most of the people arrived. It wasn't packed. It was busy, okay? There was plenty of seats if anyone else had turned up. Years ago, of course, you had to queue to get into a church for midnight mass. I mean, it was really that busy. So this church, it's the same church that I went to last year. It was busier than it was last year, but it certainly wasn't packed in there. But as I say, I got there early to get my shots in before everyone got there. And this is what happened at the church. This is where I'll be having my midnight mass this year, same as last year, at St. Hugh's in Lincoln. So let's have a look inside. Oh dear, I just popped out. I thought I'd just have time to go and have a wee then, but didn't quite make it back in time, did I? So that was a church. Very lovely church, a very oldie worldy church. 120 years old, I think, that church. And it just reminds me of the church that I used to go to as a little boy, St. Joseph's in Roehampton. Very, very similar design in there. The one I go to now, which is in Wokingham in Royal Berkshire, is a very modern church. You know, very, very modern, but a beautiful church. Nice sound in there. And the organ was working. The organ was working in there. I met the organist after mass. I said, "Can I come and have a look around at your manual?" They're called manuals. The keyboards are called manuals. The organ is the whole instrument, and there's pipes everywhere, and it's fantastic. And she showed me the manual, and it's really old-fashioned organ. So I told her that I played, and it may be at some point that I move up here. And she said, "Well, let us know because they've got 3 Catholic churches in Lincoln." And only 2 organists. She said, "Please let us know if you come up here." I said, "Well, I can't read music. I'm play by ear, but I seem to get away with it all right." She said, "Yes." She said, "Well, if you do, just let us know." And that was fine. And, yeah, wonderful. Once again, I felt some of the carols, the Christmas carols, were being played ever so slow. ever so slow, and I'm like, oh, come on, pick this up a bit. But there you go. We all do it our different way. Good morning to Tina McKenzie. Good morning, Tina. Welcome to our show. Shania saw the church. Beautiful church, Shania. Absolutely beautiful church there indeed. All right. Tina wishing happy Christmas to everyone on there. Yes, can we have some thumbs up this morning? Good morning to Mari. A very good morning to Mari. I'm glad you turned up. Mari sent in an email here. An email rushed into the studio. You can always send an email. If you've got a little bit more to say than kind of a chat, or you find, perhaps you're sending messages and they're getting caught up because there's so many people chatting to each other, then feel free to send an email. If you've got some time, after the show, you're a little bit bored, I fancy sending Chris a long message, then just do it. There's the email address there. And Mari sends an email now and again, and she writes, happy Christmas wishes, Chris. Hope you have a wonderful time with the family. Thank you, Mari. A big thank you for all your shows this year. You very cleverly make them entertaining each day. That's the idea. To get people to smile. I try to get as many people. Good morning to Able Mike 11 this morning. You're new, aren't you? Good morning, Able Mike 11. I try and include as many people as possible within that chat. I do try and keep an eye on it. It's just impossible to read out every single message. I just read out the ones that I think would be of interest to other people, as well as some more as well. But yeah. So if you want to send a longer one, then just send an email and I'll happily read that out, or a text. Mari says, I must compliment you, but I do like to try and keep it sort of light-hearted. We don't really do much serious stuff. We certainly don't touch politics ever. Now and again I might bring you a politics story, like to say, I don't know, Jeremy Corbyn's been spotted, buying a sack of tomatoes, or Boris Johnson has been caught getting off with someone. He likes the ladies, doesn't he, Boris? Is that why he's popular? Because he's quite normal. You remember that American bloke, Bill Clinton? Without having to go in the story for him, he was enormously popular, wasn't he? Is it because he was sort of fairly ordinary? You don't, I don't look at Bill Clinton as being a president of the United States. He's someone I think I could go and have like a cup of tea, or perhaps a drink with, or a small cake, something like that. Whereas possibly someone like Barack Obama, he comes across as a very important. I don't know if I'd be comfortable sitting with. Donald Trump. I'm not sure I'd be comfortable sitting with him either. But we like ordinary people, don't we? Anyway, Mari says, I must compliment you on the purple shirt. That was yesterday morning, of course. It looked really good with your Christmas jacket that has purple stripes. So that's nice. Beautiful colour coordinated. Thank you, Mari. We do try, dear. Claire always points out if I'm perfectly colour coordinated. You must have put some thought into that. Not really, Mari. I just pulled something out. I knew that if I've got a pattern on, you can't have any, if not just a very small pattern on the shirt. So I'm aware of that. I never forget once, non-Irish Mary, who's no longer with us, God bless her soul, lost her this year, didn't we? I remember once, I think I had diamonds on as a jacket, or diamonds on as I can't remember now, diamonds and stripes or something like that. And I got off the stage and I'm walking around, Chris, she's gone like this is Mary. Chris, we need to have a little word about your coordination. I don't think it worked at all. But I've never really been a bit of much of a dresser, to be honest. Not really. Mari writes, today, the family and I, 6 of us, are going to a country pub near here for our Christmas meal. Yes, a lot of people do that now, don't they? Restaurants, pubs, hotels. Hotels, if I wasn't going to my sister's, I think I would be tempted to book into a posh hotel. Some people do that. Posh hotels, don't they? She says, I'm so pleased I don't have to cook the meal this Christmas, but I spare a thought for the cooks who are beavering away in the kitchen at the pub. They are giving up their Christmas day to make ours special. Best wishes and love for 2020. And that's from Mari. So thank you very much for the email there, Mari. Much appreciated. That's really nice. And as I say, Mari sends in a little email. Now, I've got another message on Plenty of Fish. Who's that from? Someone called, where are we? Brum Gibbons and Simon Monkey Chunks. Simon Monkey Chunks. I'm not liking the sound of that name at all. Oh dear. Let's just scroll down there. JFK like the ladies. Yeah, I think so, Peter. But, you know, it doesn't bother me, something like that, really. Finding, you know, if it doesn't affect what I'm watching on the telly, then I'm not bothered. Really, honestly. Hello to Gar. Good morning, Gar. Thanks for the Christmas show. Hope you have a great day and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well, Gar. Morning to you, sir. Mick's wife has just cooked the best English breakfast. It was a bit close to lunch, isn't it? What time's your lunch? 10:30. I think our lunch. I think ours is at 3 o'clock. So, you know, plenty of time for a bag of cheese and onion crisps before lunch today. Oh, yeah, cheese and onion crisps. We love them. In the sun this morning, how do you think they spend Christmas in Japan? Well, you'd be surprised at this. And I do wonder, actually, can you do this in this country? I'm sure you probably can somewhere. Heidi says, do they have men for men on Plenty of Fish? Oh, yes, dear. Yes. Yes. I'm tempted to show you the one that I'm talking to. No, I won't. I won't. He won't be knowing anything about this chat show, let me tell you that. Rumble Bumble, this year we had a Polish Mass, as my partner is Polish. So yesterday was Christmas Day and today is a nothing day. Oh, is that right? I didn't know that. So the Poles celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. Well, I never knew that. Rumble Bumble does Christmas Day on Boxing Day, as I have all my children. It does sound very confusing, Rumble Bumble. Well, I didn't know that. The church nearest to me here is in Boston, and that's St. Mary's. And I think there's a very large Polish community in Boston, because the Christmas Day, I think there were 3 or 4 masses in Polish today and 1 in English. And that was the case last night as well. I think they had a Polish mass at 6, an English mass at 8, but the midnight mass was also in Polish, which is why I selected to go to St. Hugh's, which was in Lincoln, which was in English. But they have Polish masses on a Sunday. Although, to be honest, and I mentioned this yesterday, I've been to other countries before and I've sought out where they don't speak English, you know, as a main language. And I've sought out a church to go to on a Sunday, and I've gone, and you sit there and it's all in foreign, whatever language. But you instinctively know where to stand up and sit down, because everything is in the same place. You know, so the bell goes, you have your entrance hymn, which will be in whatever language, you know. And then the priest gets there, in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Ghost, does his little bit, and then you just know where to sit down, and then someone comes and does. Everything is in exactly the same place, so it doesn't actually need to be in English. I've been to a Latin Mass as well here in the UK. There's a church in Reading that does a Latin Mass. Oh, I can't lie to you. I went to that, over 10 years ago, to this particular church. Latin Mass. And it said it's a full, as in F-U-L-L, full Latin Mass. Anyway, so I was in there. Well, I'm not being funny, but after like 45 minutes, he was still on the sermon. And I thought, how long is this Mass? So I kind of went. It was just too long for me. I couldn't cope anymore. Because it was all in Latin as well, so you can't really understand what they're saying. But it's just nice to be there. But this church was packed. And it wasn't sung either. I do like a bit of a sing-song at church. Mark, did I hear you say you're chatting with someone on Plenty of Fish? I'm sorry, Mark. You need to get your hair sorted out. Get rid of that blue spiky hair, dear. Christmas is Christmas Eve for most East countries. Well, I didn't know that, Brian. You've taught me something today. You taught me something today. Which church? The one in Reading? I don't know. Pete, are you the one that... Oh, hang on a minute. I think... Are you the one that works for Gemka? Or used to? Are you the one that used to work for Gemka? If so, what did you do there? Because that's where I buy my cars from. Toyota in Gemka. In Reading. Not in Reading. In Bracknell. Opposite the... what's it called? The dry ski slope. That's where I buy my cars from. I've been with them nearly 20 years now. Yeah, I bought first car. I had Land Rover. I had a Land Rover, which I loved very much. I had 3 of them actually, all in one after the, not 3 at the same time, one after the other. When I was getting really good DJ money, but I got fed up with the amount they cost to run. They just cost an absolute fortune to run Land Rovers. And even at that time, 20 years ago, I was putting in £100 a week in fuel, which was coming in from the DJ work, but nevertheless. And it was a service. There was a service that I had done. I think it was 70,000 miles. And it was like nearly £1,000 for the service. And I felt that. And I'm like, how much? And it was at that point, did I have the car serviced or not? I can't remember, Peter. It was a, I think it was silver. I think this Land Rover was silver. It was a lovely car, but it was silver. And are you there? Oh, you were? Yes, so you did work there. Good God. So you would have known Carl who worked there. Because Carl, he came from Land Rover, right? So I've got this Land Rover and I'm thinking, I'm not paying this anymore. This is just a complete and utter waste of money and an extravagance. I don't like to waste money I don't like to waste things. My mum always taught me, don't waste things. Don't waste anything. And I've still got that email up there, and let's get rid of that. Anyway, so I thought I'll change my car. So it wasn't going to be another Land Rover, and I went to Toyota, your place, Gemka. It wasn't called Gemka then, it was called something else then. I can't remember what it was called then. But nevertheless, John Knight used to own that place, did they? Good God, I never know that. Well, Carl... at Land Rover, so he worked at Land Rover, and I always thought, what a nice bloke. He's such a nice man. Anyway, so I've turned up at Gemka, whatever it was called then. Can you remember what it used to be called? It wasn't called Gemka, they took it over. Anyway, so I went in there, and I got to the desk, and who's at the desk? Carl. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing here? He said, well, I've moved. I said, well, I've come to buy a car here. He said, oh, have you? Because I've gone to the service. And then they took me outside to the Octagon. Thank you, Peter. Octagon Motors. So Carl is such a nice bloke. He will bend over backwards to please his customers. He was the most fantastic person about that place. He's left now. He left a couple of years ago, unfortunately. But I was with him for years in there. And they sold me. I went from a Land Rover to an Igo. That's a massive size drop. Not only in the size of the car, but the price I was paying for it. Because, of course, I could never afford to buy a Land Rover outright. So I did the monthly thing, whatever that, PCP or PEP, I can't remember what it's called now. And I got this Land Rover, and they sent Carl, actually, to take it out. Well, Carl knows Land Rover, doing the test drive of the one I bought in. Anyway, he bought it back. He said, there's something not right with that. He said, it's not pulling enough. I'm going to tell you a story here now. You will die. The blokes on here will love this story, right? I know you're gonna fall on the floor laughing, most of you, right? He said, it's not pulling right. And it suddenly, I knew why. I knew why it was pulling right. Because someone... It was a diesel car. I'd started putting in vegetable oil, hadn't I? I'd blocked the damn thing up. Well, it was so much cheaper. I wasn't putting loads of... Well, I suppose I was, really. When I think about it, you know, you start off with one bottle. Oh, well, that seems all right. Then 2 bottles, then 3 bottles. I was buying this stuff from the supermarket. This is 25 years ago or something like that. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, and I think I was blocking up something in there. I'm not a car person, so I don't know. My brother-in-law would know what was going on. But I then had to take it to the garage, the Land Rover garage. Carl says, take it to so-and-so. And he sorted it out, but it cost me 300 quid. He cleaned something out. Everything had got sticky in there, and then took it back there. Carl took it out, and that was fine after that. And I bought an Igo. And, of course, going from a Land Rover to an Igo, it was like I wasn't paying for it because the amount I was paying out went from that to that. It was hardly anything. And I love this little Igo. And I stuck with the Igo for 6 years before it started going wrong. Because I did a lot of miles. I think I got to 170,000 miles. And then I started having problems with it. I got through a set of ball bearings around the wheels. So as you turn in the corner, like that. Oh, it's ball bearings. So they replaced those. And something else in the engine started to wear out so that I was getting diesel fumes coming into the car. Yeah, and it took them a while to sort that out, but they did eventually. Maybe you'll remember this. I think it was the first Igo that they ever had. If you worked on parts, it was the first Igo that they had in with this problem. So it took them a while to sort it out, but they always did. They never let me down in there. And from an Igo, I went to a Yaris. From a Yaris to another Yaris. And then from the Yaris to a RAV4. And a RAV4 to a RAV4. So I've still got a RAV4 and I'm still with Toyota. And the reason I'm not bothered about badges or, you know, I've got a car better than anyone else. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. I don't need to beat anyone away from traffic lights. I'm not up my own arse and, oh, look, I've got this. No, the biggest thing for me is reliability. And in the 20 or so years I've been with Toyota, I've broken down, as in not able to move, twice. Twice in 2 years. Once was actually with the Igo, and I think that was a wiring loom that came out or something like that. And what was the other thing? Oh, dead battery. Dead battery after 3 years. You know, oh, that was funny. Because I'd been out all night. Well, I've been out to this club, Turnmills Trade it was called. And I've driven home. On the way home, and I'm driving home. Like this is 6 o'clock in the morning. We used to come out of this club. Driven home, I pulled into a petrol garage and filled up. Then the car wouldn't start. 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh, my God. And I had to call out the AA. And they bought a new battery and put it in, and that was fun. They're the only 2 times I've ever broken down. I mean, on the other hand, I always take it to Toyota to have it serviced at its regular intervals. Funnily enough, I've just booked in the RAV4 for a 20,000 mile service there. But Carl, when he was there, you could just ring him up. Yeah, oh, Carl, oh, hello, mate, it's Chris. Listen, I've got a little... Oh, yeah, just bring it down. And you just go straight in. Sit. He really knew how to... And it wasn't just me. He knew how to look after his regular customers. And I think it's a great loss that they let him go. They should have offered him some more money. On the other hand, sometimes money, it's certainly with me, money is not everything. If I'm not happy somewhere, that's it. I'm gone, mate. Gone. You've got to be happy in your job. If it means taking a little bit less money there from them, so be it. No problem at all. Life is not all about getting as much money as you possibly can to sit in a bank account and do nothing. Or having things, you know, as in flash car. Oh, look at my Lamborghini. Oh, whoopee-doo, you've got a Lamborghini. Does nothing for me, I'm afraid. I've got this, I've got that. You know the sort of people, don't you? Oh, no. So there we are. That's my Toyota story there, Peter. Let's have a look what you're saying there. Igos leak. Do they? Where do they leak? What, as in water coming in? No, never had that problem. It was so reliable, that little Igo. It was nippy as well. Nippy. What? Oh, what's the one they gave me? A service car. You know, the car that you get when something's being fixed. That wasn't an Igo. Was there a smaller car than the Igo? I'm sure there was a smaller car than the Igo. There was small car, Igo, Yaris, Urus, RAV4, wasn't it? And then what's that great big one? Oh, I like that big one. Of course, that won't go in my garage, will it? You know that great big one? Beautiful. Land Cruiser. Oh, Toyota Land Cruiser. You have to climb up a ladder to get in the damn thing. Beautiful car. But it wouldn't go in my garage, you see. So that's what... I mean, the RAV4 just about gets in my garage. Let's have a look. You're chatting to each other there. Three-pot engine. I don't know what is a three-pot engine. I don't know what a three-pot engine is. Ian says, I know so. Oh, you must never ever do red diesel. Never ever do red diesel. No, because it stains the inside of your engine. Once you've used it once, that's it. Everyone will know that you've used it. You know, a little bit like me. I've been used left, right and centre. Used it. Like a woman unwanted. I know someone that was mixing red diesel and vegetable oil and running their transit van on it. Very naughty. Yeah, you mustn't use red diesel. Very, very illegal. Mixed mowers going on at 11. What time are you off? Okay, I'll fit in with you. I'll disappear very shortly. I wanted to do a couple of stories as well. Do you have to go on straight at 11, Mick? This can work out quite nicely. My brother-in-law and sister will be live. I may be making an appearance today, live on the Retro Restore Show. That's at 1 o'clock, boys and girls. The Retro Restore Show, around about 1 o'clock, okay? Great car, RAV4. I'm very, very pleased with it, Peter. And it's hybrid. It's hybrid. I can get 70 mile a gallon out of that sometimes. And it's a big, heavy car, although the new one isn't as heavy as the last one, which I think is why I'm now getting 70 mile an hour. But I have to drive really carefully to get that, 50, 55 mile on the motorway. Generally, 60 mile a gallon, I reckon, is my average on that RAV4. Seriously, 55 to 60 mile a gallon on the new RAV4. Coming up here, on the way up here, 45 miles to the gallon. Because I do drive quite fast when I'm coming up here. Going back home, yeah, I can get 55, 60 miles to the gallon. Because I take it really easy going back down to London. Jack. Down here in Western Australia, we have lunch. King prawns with cold ham and salad. It's now 6:45. Dinner is coming up a bit later. Yes, of course, you've had your Christmas day in Australia, haven't you there? Hello to Angie Walters. Hello, Angie. Have you got a tab 4 and did it come with a camel? What's a tab 4? I don't know what that is. Adrian, with Bill Quillington, you'd be able to share a cigar with him. He's famous for that sort of thing. And there's someone I'd like to meet. There is someone I'd like to meet, Bill Clinton, just to sit there, have a couple of tea. When the camera's off, I'd just have a laugh about that dress. Bill, how did you do that to that dress? I think he would just laugh. That wouldn't be on camera, though. IQ, thank you, Peter. The IQ, that was it. Toyota gave me this little IQ to drive around in. That was dreadful on the petrol. It used to, and it was the smallest car they had. Or it might have just been that the petrol tank was a bit smaller. And I just seemed to be always in the petrol garage when I had that one. Good morning to Heidi Young. She's in Norway this morning. Morning, Heidi. She's got a caravan here on the site, quite near the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex. The Avensis, of course, JJ. Thank you, the Avensis. That's the one. Okay, well, I won't be too much longer, Mick. I've got raffle tickets to give away and, of course, birthdays, okay? Let's hear your stories of the day. Have I got time for stories? Oh, Peter's got a Lexus. Very juicy. Oh, really? It's not good on the fuel, Pete? Your Lexus? The tank is built into the floor. Is that of the IQ? Okay. I don't think... Do they still do the IQ? Last time I was in Gemcar, I don't think they saw it. As I say, I've just put mine in again. But I miss Carl. Because not only would he be, like, serving, he'd come and have a chat with you, Carl. Mind you, they're all nice blokes there. There was one there. There was one there that was a bit of an arsehole. I can't remember who he was now. But I've always got on with all of them. And then I think one of the boys from he used to fix the cars. He stopped fixing them and came into the office and desk. And you got the blonde girl who's in charge. She's nice, the blonde girl. She's like she just come off the set of a porn film. She's ever so nice. She is. They're all nice. They're all nice people. Angie, sing us a Christmas carol. What do you want me to sing you? I haven't got my keyboard in here. Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. Ding dong merrily the sky is filled with angels singing. Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis. All together. Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis. There you go. Especially for Angie this morning. Morning, Angie. All right. Dale is his mate. Pete, I don't know who Dale is. I don't know who that is. Is that one of the boys that works behind the desk? I think they're fantastic in there. I have to say, the bodywork department, they're expensive. I don't have bodywork done anymore. No. Unless a scratch has gone through to the metal, I'll leave it. Doesn't bother me anymore. You know, some people, they get a little scratch on the car. Oh my God, they've taken it and had a complete respray. Now, scratches, little dents, little bumps, I leave them. I think bodywork, my nephew does bodywork. Unfortunately, he doesn't do it privately anymore because he's gone to work for a company now. Possibly Audi. One of the premium cars. He always wanted to work on premium cars, so he does that now. So I don't suppose he'll be able to fix my car. It has got a few little it's on the corners because it's the big bit at the corner. Tends to be the corner I do my damage, unfortunately. And then, of course, my nephew reversed into it the other week. Dal was in service. Yeah, actually, his name rings a bell. His name does ring about 41 degrees on Monday. Oh, it's too hot for me, Angie. She's in Australia as well. She really is in Australia. Yeah. Jason's dogs go mad when I'm singing, do they really? You'll have plenty of dents visiting Gary. You're absolutely right, Jason. Dal was in service. He used to fix the cars. I'm sure I would know him. Is he the thin lad with the glasses? Quite tall, black hair. Talks really nicely to people as well. Is that the one? I can't remember who it is now. Anyway, let me just read you this story. Then we'll do the birthdays and we'll get out of the way for Mixed Motors, who is going to be a bit late today, all right? In the sun this morning. Japan. What do they eat for Christmas dinner? It's the festive fact that you wouldn't believe, but it's true. Every year, millions of viewers on this programme, darling. Millions. Every year, millions of Japanese flock to KFC on Christmas Eve to chow down on buckets of the Colonel's chicken. They go to KFC for the Christmas dinner. You do what you want. You know, it's entirely up to you how you do your food and what have you. But I've always thought it's a little bit sad when on a Sunday, when I drive past or I cycle past on one of my little trips out on the bike, KFC, and there's queues of traffic going in there for their Sunday dinner. I suppose that's just the modern way, and I'm not used to that. You see, my mum always cooked her food. We never, ever had takeouts or remain meal. If I went to, there was hardly any McDonald's at all then, but even if we went to the chip shop, it would tend to be, as an additional meal to the normal meals that we had. Like, for example, when I went to Scouts. After Scouts, it would be me and Philip Thompson, and I think Tim as well. We used to go up to the chip shop after Scouts. But that wouldn't be a meal. That would be like an additional thing. Of course, it didn't matter then when you were all kids running around. You're never going to put your weight on, are you? Well, the Japanese all go to Kentucky. According to figures released by the fast food chain KFC Japan, pulled in £49 million from December 20 between 20 and 25th of December last year. KFC Japan's busiest day is usually Christmas Eve, December the 24th, on which they usually sell about 5 to 10 times more than the typical days. The bizarre tradition is down to some clever marketing when a sales executive struck gold in 1974 after starting the Kurizuma ni wa Kentucky. I was just doing some Japanese there. Were you impressed? It wasn't little pictures. It was actual letters that they've obviously translated. It translates to Kentucky for Christmas. The idea came when a group of tourists in Japan couldn't track down a Christmas turkey, and one suggested that KFC was the best alternative. That's a fair comment. The company realised the marketing potential and launched its first Christmas meal, a combination of chicken and wine. Today, their Christmas offerings include cake and champagne, as well as the Colonel's secret recipe chicken. Despite an estimated 1% of the population being Christian, only 1% of the meal has become synonymous with the day, and people come in their droves to collect their bargain buckets. Old Trump likes Kentucky, doesn't he? He's always sitting there with a great big basket or something. He's going to damage his health, he is. Trump, he's not the only one, is he? You know, you've got to laugh your half. Line's going to be up to 2 hours long. You wait 2 hours. Who's going to wait 2 hours for a blooming Kentucky? Blimey, you can run after a chicken, kill it, put it in the oven, cook it, eat it, less than 2 hours, can't you? Queues can be up to 2 hours long and people pre-order in advance. Since she was a child, Hokkaido resident Naomi has looked forward to her family's traditional Christmas meal, a KFC party barrel brimming with salad, cake and lots of fried chicken. She told CNN, in Japan it's customary to eat chicken at Christmas. Every year I order the party barrel and enjoy it with my family. I like the delicious chicken and the cute picture plate that comes with it. I was going to give you a plate as well. I don't know what the plate's made of, whether it's a paper one or a nice like little plastic keepsake type thing. Keepsake things are quite nice. You can get them from keepsake cups that you can get from Disney and places like that. I'm going to Euro Disney this year in March. It's the turn of my niece and her family this year, so I'm taking them to Disney this year. Oh, there was another little story talking Christmas around the world. Really, I actually had 3 Christmas stories. Heidi's off for a sleep. Good night, darling. Good night, Heidi. There's Roy the boy joining us this morning. Morning, Roy. Good morning to LaBelle. A very good morning to LaBelle joining us. A little bit late there. Morning, LaBelle. You've probably been working hard somewhere. I know that, haven't you? You've been working hard somewhere, LaBelle. Morning to you. You're chatting to each other there, which is good. I can't get the Australians. Oh, there we go. Australian Christmas, and some of you are with us this morning. This is in our Daily Mail. Now, I think I'm right in getting you get a version of the Daily Mail in Australia. And it says here, the bushfire smoke cleared. Oh, get ready for your raffle tickets. The bushfire smoke cleared and the rain stopped just in time for hundreds of revellers to flock to Sydney's beaches to celebrate Christmas, because Christmas is almost over for the Australians. Sometimes people forget that they are so many hours ahead of us in Australia. Bondi Beach was awash with tourists taken. Now, I know Australians, a lot of Australians. And when I was in Australia, I'm like, shall we go to Bondi Beach? And they're like, well, it's nothing special. Just because it's been on the telly and this, that, and the other, people want to go to it. But they're like, well, don't waste your time. There's plenty of beaches that are better than Bondi Beach. But it's kind of got the name, isn't it? Bondi Beach has got the name, isn't it? Bondi Beach was awash with tourists taking advantage of the improved conditions on Wednesday morning to frolic on the perfect yellow sand. So Wednesday morning, it's now Wednesday morning for us now, although it's late Wednesday morning now. Many were festively dressed in red bathers and swimming trunks. I'm very disappointed. All I can see in here is women's breasts and bums. Where's the blokes? Where's the lads? Where's the surfer boys? There's none of them. It's all blokes. Who's writing the Daily Mail? Sexist. This is a sexist paper. The Daily Mail. It's all women. Oh, God, the bums everywhere. It's awful. Breasts and... Blimey, how small is that bikini? I can almost see the hairs sticking out. They're just all women. Oh, hang on, there's a bloke. Oh, and then, honestly, they've chosen a middle-aged bloke about my age, fat, looking similar to me. Where's the fit ones, dear? We don't want to look at anyone that looks remotely like us, do we? For crying? Oh, at last, there's one. He's not too bad. But again, they're not like fit blokes that they've put on there at all. Very, very. Where's the lads in the Speedos, please? We want something nice to look at. Dear me. Look, all the lads on here are straight over there now, aren't they, on the Daily Mail, trying to look at these half-naked pictures of women. Aren't they dreadful girls, honestly? Some of you ladies out there, have you ever had a bloke come up and speak to you and they're not looking at your face? You know what I mean? Oh, how are you today? It's really nice to see you both. Aren't they awful? And most of the blokes on here are like that, I'm sure, on here. Many were festively dressed in red bathers and swimming trunks. Well, I can't see any of the swimming trunks. Santa hats and ugly jumpers, while others even wore entire Father Christmas suits complete with fake beards. Because you have to remember, it's very, very hot in Australia at the moment. Very hot. One adorable dog was even decked out in a full Santa suit, complete with the little hat that the dog wasn't keen on wearing. There's various pictures there. So that's what a lot of the Australians do. They go down to the beach. I'm not sure what my niece is doing today, actually. I presume that she may well be going down on the beach or something like that, possibly in Cyprus. I don't know if that's how warm it is in Cyprus today. No doubt we'll hear from her a little bit later. Where are we now? Okie doke, boys and girls. Anything I've missed out there? Anything of importance? Let's have a look there. Oh, LaBelle was there at the start of the show. Were you, my darling? Yeah, there's so many messages coming through. I can't see them all, LaBelle. All right, my darlings. Right. Okay. Right. Who wants a raffle ticket? Next raffle is on Monday, gang. Raffle time is on Monday, although we have got a super draw this week. Oh, is it this week? No, that's next week. Super draw is next week. Who wants a raffle for Monday's raffle? Please speak now. Adrian Richardson, 709. Ian Days, 710. Gary Butler, 711. There's my nephew. Lee Toby, 712. Colin Kay, 713. Mick Davenport, 714. Let's jump forward there. There's Mick. There we are. Jason Hughes, 715. 716. Diane Jebb. Thank you, Diane. I'm going to be opening your box just after the show with a cup of tea and a bag of cheese and onion crisps. Diane Jebb, 716. JJ Motors, 717. Tony King, 718. 719 for Heidi Young. 720 for Amelia Dodd. I'm getting quick at writing these down. Look, there's all the names there. Look how quick I am now. You see all your names on there. That's what happens. 719, 720, 721 for Heidi Baby. Mandy Davenport, 722. Peter Froud, 723. Alan Wainwright, 724. How many of you are there today? Gosh. Roy, where are we now? It's just a second there. Was it Alan Wainwright? Roy's talking to someone there. LaBelle, 725. LaBelle. Roy the Boy, 726. Fran. Oh, there's Fran. Hello, Fran. Fran Green, 727. Morning, Fran. 727. There it is, 727. Angie had a bloke come up to me at the beach, but he was from Greenpeace. He thought it was a whale beach. Oh, no, Angie, come on. No, he didn't. You lied to me. Doesn't matter if you're happy with how you are, that's it. If you're happy with how you are, that's it, my love. Mike Reese-Ponto, 728. Jason Flavel, right, Jason. 729 for Jason. Flavel. Mix Mowers is 731. Oh, gosh. Joey Millen, 732. Am I Heidi Baby, Chris? Possibly Heidi. Heidi Oliver. See, there's Heidi Young and Heidi Oliver. There's two of them there. Heidi's are taking over the world, darling. Mick Davenport, did I say yours? Yes, I did. Already done. 714, you were. Is the prize a mullet wig? Certainly not. It's a fridge magnet. It's one of these. One of these which we've been giving away this year. There's about 20 of those left now. So if you haven't got one, keep trying, okay? Angie Waters, thank you, Angie. 733. Angie, the raffle is on Monday morning, somewhere between 9 and 10 o'clock usually. 9 and 10:30, shall we say. But the raffle is every Monday morning, 9 till 10:30, somewhere in between there, okay? Is that everyone? Let's have a look. Yeah, Heidi just joining us there. A little bit, sorry, Fran just joining us a little bit later. Okay. Right, Fran, just a reminder, darling, if you haven't got your magnet by Saturday from your last win, let us know. There'll be one straight in the post for you on Saturday afternoon, okay? Just give it another couple of days because of the whole blooming Christmas thing. Right, did anyone get 730? I haven't put anyone down for 730. Have I missed a name off there? It went Jason. Oh, I'll be able to look at that. Hang on, Heidi. So that's between Jason Flavel. Let me just scroll up there. Jason Flavel. Where's young Jason Flavel? Come on, where are you, mate? I can't find the blooming message now. So many of them there. There's Jason Flavel. So you got 729. And then Mix Mowers. There it is, Mix Mowers. Didn't write your name on there, Mick. Oh, no, yes, I did. You're 739. Oh, I haven't given a ticket out, that's all. Okay, I'll save that for someone else. Have I missed anyone out? Please speak now or forever hold thy tongue. Roy, I don't know what Santa's got yet. Oh, I've just froze. Just have a new telly, dear. You said you were having problems with that, didn't you? You need a new telly. Gang, anyone else? Have I missed anyone else? Please speak now or forever hold thy tiny little tongues. Anyone? While we're doing that, there's a couple of people going to be doing a show straight after me, which I'll tell you about in a second, and you'll be able to join them as well. I just want to do today's birthdays, because, of course, as well as little baby Jesus, who's now in the manger, away in a manger, no crib for a bed. That one, yes. As well as the baby Jesus, there are other birthdays on Christmas Day, and they are Alix Smith. Good morning, Alix. Happy birthday to Alix. Stefano Delgado. Good morning to you, Stefano. I haven't seen you for, blimey, a couple of years now. He used to come along to the karaoke night, so happy birthday to you. Megan Carey is 81 years old today. It says there, Megan. Happy birthday to you. And Mark Cleary today is 47 years old. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Right, so straight after me, if you just click on... Where's Mick gone? If you just, oh, you might be getting a show ready. Oh, no, he's there. There we are. If you just click on, you see where it says Mix Mowers there? Click on those 3 little dots, okay? And there'd be a thing that says go to channel. When I've finished, just click on that, go to his channel. Probably, I don't know if it'd be immediate, and there might be a little bit of a gap between him and me. But he's going to be doing a little show on there if you want to join in. And, of course, a little bit later on, join my brother-in-law and my sister. And I may be making a guest, if the money's all right. If the money's all right, I may be making... Can I just get ready for after the show? Just a moment. Oh, God. I'm just getting ready for after the show, boys. Oh, I'm off my head now. I'm off my head now on Walker's Cheese and Onion Crisps. Okay. So it's Mixed Mowers after me. And then a little bit later on is the Retro Restore show with my sister and my brother-in-law. And they'll be hosting a show there, probably with all of us on there. Have a lovely, lovely Christmas, boys and girls. Thank you for all being there this year. And please continue to be there. Spread the word. If you could copy and paste the URL, the YouTube URL of the show to other walls, the more the merrier. The more the merrier. Have a nice Christmas day, and I'll see you again very soon. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.